keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, he's been watching, so it was 3 hours ago when he posted that you've got 6 hours to 24, so you've only done 3 hours. See you.
Have we already done it?
No, off you go. Well done, everybody.
Lap 22. Just a few days now until my next event. It's a slightly different ultramarathon to usual. It's down in Leeds. That's not what's unusual about it. This is a backyard ultra, quite a new concept to here in the UK. It's not a 100-mile point-to-point run. It's a 4-mile loop, a 4.16-mile loop to be precise. Starts and finishes at the same point. You basically just go round and round and round and round until you can't go anymore. But more specifically, it starts on the hour, every hour, and you've basically got 1 hour to complete one loop. If you don't manage to get round in the hour, then you're automatically excluded from the race. And the race will only finish, it will only end when there's one person left. So it's a last man standing event. And even then, when there's only one person left, they still have to do one more loop in order to be crowned the champion. It's a completely different concept and something I'm quite looking forward to. The one thing that I'm unsure of really is how long I can go for kind of at the same pace. These ultramarathons that I normally do, I'll maybe do 6 miles in an hour and then 2 miles in an hour, 3 miles an hour, so very varied, quite often depending on the terrain you're on at the time. So this one, it's consistently 4 or 5 miles an hour pace, so that's the intriguing part. And I'll just keep going and going for as long as I can. I've got to be in it to win it, otherwise there's not really any point in turning up. I'll just keep going for as long as my body will allow me to, and I guess my mind as well, because it's as much about endurance as it is fitness. So yeah, completely different concept. I am looking forward to, you know, another reason for it is because you actually get to run amongst the more elite athletes. Usually in the ultramarathons, these guys disappear off into the distance very quickly, you never see them. So this is a chance to actually run alongside what you would consider as being a proper, fast, fit ultra runner. So yeah, even that in itself is quite interesting. So it's in a few days' time. I'll just start to get in the right headspace for it. I'll take down the GoPro, take a few videos, put something together after it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Here we are, the all important race number, number 22. Down at the start line, everybody's camped out last night. So many different types of tents, tiny ones, massive ones. Marquees, everything. How long are we going to be here for?
Most of people didn't never met each other before. All strapped together on a giant level boat, and we all managed to not kill each other and finish. Pretty good, we're quite happy with it.
Event marquee.
Also.
The all-important start line.
Morning, James. Good morning,
Morning.
Well, how are you?
Half an hour to go. Let's get limbered up. Camel.
Someone got 51 by it. No, yeah. Well, maybe not. That is 20. Well, maybe they're doing extra miles. It's better than 64 miles.
There's some more coming. You ready? 39.
First
Yeah.
lap.
22.
Here we go.
6.
Yes, boy.
27.
Really looking forward to that.
What if I was still here when it gets dark?
First venture into the trail. Here's guys. Follows this trail for about a mile or so along the canal. 2 laps down. Well, 1.5 down. Good fun, good fun. Pins out. No cows here though. Not yet, can't see any. No cows yet!
That's all I look for now.
Up for a skip. Oh, don't want to be doing that after 20 hours. It doesn't matter how small the incline of the hill, walk it. Walk up all the hills. It's important. Save your energy. It's the single biggest climb coming up. Steps, how many steps is there?
Don't worry about them steps.
Cheers!
67.
7, 8. 66. So downhill. It's nice to get downhill. Thank you. Back down to the canal level. And to the right. Follow the pointy finger. Some folk get lost. It goes without saying. Changing up the course.
Yeah, I'm a lot ahead of last time.
Last little trail down to the campsite, finish line. That's 2 down.
I'll buy you a 5. Well, that's it.
Here we go.
Fancy meeting you here.
How we feeling?
Not bad, mate.
Good,
5
good.
down.
See you in a couple minutes.
Hey, boy, that.
Here he is.
Alright.
How we feeling then after that one?
Aye, quite good, mate.
Good.
It's keep sticking to those 45-minute loops is working. Quite comfortable, kind of in that zone. Kind of just walked into that sort of pace. It's working. The sun's out. What more can you ask for? Give it a stretch. we'll be ready to go. Number 6.
And here we are in base camp.
Nice to have a seat though. Get Nick to rub me.
Every day.
Some shape or form anyway. Hi.
Here we go.
It's getting it's not getting, in fact, it's not getting tough yet. It's just right now. It's just right. It's quite comfortable.
And you've got 14 minutes rest, so here we go.
Exactly. Perfect.
Feet up.
Well done, guys. Go on, Darren.
And later on there'll be plenty of laps where you are just digging it out.
Furthest to it.
Right to the Camboys. 5-2.
Is that 5-2 now?
By the way, that loop is awful.
Right.
It's just up and down the canal. 4 miles of that, 14 hours of that. That's going to be hard. You can tell folk are not liking it already because there's a few folk kind of well behind. It's not a great loop, but still need to run it. Feel right though. I just need to keep working on my tight hamstring on my right. Keep working on that. That's the only thing that's giving me bother. Feet or legs will be absolutely fine. So far so good.
Come on.
Well, Lazarus, very proud of you. He's waiting for you to get to the 24 hours. Not too far off now.
Excellent.
Just keeping an eye on you.
Yeah. He's been watching, so it was 3 hours ago when he posted that you've got 6 hours to 24, so you've only got 3 hours. See you.
Have we already done it?
No, off you go. Well done, everybody.
I'm up to 22. Oh, we're on mile or loop 22, and it took me 57 minutes or something to do the last one, and that was using all my reserves of energy. I don't even know if you can see me here, but there's 10 people left. It's probably a good time to just call it a day because every single joint, my legs, is absolute agony. It took every reserve to get over that last finish line there. I don't think I can do another. Oh, I don't know, I'll see. Guys setting off for lap 26. Crazy. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. 5 left.
Well done, Keith. Nice one.
Thank you. And that was it. Game over. Got about a kilometre into loop 22 and my brain or my head had decided that enough was enough, and I lay down to that idea and just walked in. At the time it felt like the right thing to do, so I completed 21 laps over 21 hours, covering 87 odd miles, and I guess you could say finishing in the top 10, although technically there is only one position at the end, and that's the winner. But seeing as there was 10 people left when I ended it, then I guess you could say that it was top 10. So since then I've just kind of gone through 2 or 3 different stages. First being just the relief of finishing. My brain justified to me that that was the right thing to do at the time, and after that it was just a case of rest and recovery, get up the road, sleep it off, wake up the next day. And for the past 24 hours it's been more of a process and reflection time, where I've just looked back at the whole event and worked out just how successful it was, if at all. And you know, my overriding feeling right now is of just a tinge of disappointment. It's very easy to look back on things and decide whether or not you were right or wrong in your decision making. I mean, the fact that I'm able to walk comfortably just 2 days after the run without any aches and pains, it tells a story in itself. I don't really go as far as to my physical limits, and because that's what I've been talking about for the last 10 months, that's been my mantra: never give up. Yet I can't help but feel that I did. The reason why I think it fell over was just, I think my goals were wrong. The targets just weren't right. Before it I said that I would be in it to win it. And reflection, was very naive. It was a couple of laps in, 2 or 3 laps in, and I realised, you know what, there's some superhuman guys out here. You just tell by their size, shape, physique, grace, just phenomenal natural runners. And I don't actually see that very often when I'm out on the big ultra runs, because these guys disappear off into the distance very, very quickly. So you tend to find yourself surrounded by similar people in ability, and it's only when you're confined to that kind of loop setup where you're with them all the time and you're trying to keep up with them all the time, even if it is on a 4-mile loop, that you realise how good some of these people really are. So that idea of me being in it to win it, where it might be a lovely grand idea, it was just, I'd bitten off more than I could chew when it came to that target, and that was the only target I had. And when that realisation sets in very quickly that it's not possible anymore, then I didn't really have a second option. So I guess it was 2 or 3 laps into the nighttime loop. And by the way, this time of year, I think there was 14 hours of running in the darkness, and that's hard for anybody. That's really, really soul sucking. So it took a while to adapt to that. So 2 or 3 hours into the nighttime loops, so I think that was potentially about 12 hours in. Right, what's my goal? What's my target? I thought, right, I'll get to 20. Why 20? I didn't think to myself, why 20? Was it just because it sounds better than 19? Not sure. When I decided it still seems that far away, and I was not enjoying the nighttime loops at all. It just seemed like the right kind of decision. And I just plodded away, getting towards that target. But because I set that target in my mind, that was probably all as far as I was going to do. regardless of how I felt after it. And that's the problem. That's what I always try and say to people. If you set your mind a target, regardless of your capabilities, then your brain is done when you reach it, regardless of whether or not you can probably go further physically. So it was a mistake by saying 20. I reached lap 20. There was still 14 people left. But then as I was going further and further along the loop, two folk that I was speaking to has said that they were finished. So that's down to 12. I thought, ugh, 12, that's so close to top 10. So I thought I'll at least get round, or try and get round loop 20, so that I've done more than those guys who've just dropped out, and I'll maybe be top 12. So I got round to the end of that loop with about 3 minutes to spare. It was a struggle, I'll be honest. I did have to dig deep. But then it said 10 left. I said, wow, top 10. And that completely justified stopping at that time. 21 laps. Thought I'll do one more lap, solidify that top 10 position. Just about made it round that lap. But I did make it round that lap. And then as far as my brain was concerned, that was it. I'd achieved that target, plus one more loop. So I'd done a wee bit extra. All brilliant. And then loop 22, see you later. See if my targets and my goals have been different right from the start. See if I'd said the minimum you're doing is 24 hours, regardless of how many people are left, how you feel. The minimum you're doing is 24 hours. Then I would have done it. Because it was only 3 more loops. 3 more loops. Less than a half marathon in 3 hours. I could have pushed that. I could have absolutely pushed that. But I never, because I didn't push through. I didn't consciously tell my brain to beat it. I listened and I lay down. Now, where does the never give up thing come in? Well, I have to treat this as a positive now. I have to look at it positively. If I start wallowing in negativity, then it's not going to do anybody any favours. So I'll have to do the way I looked at the race across Scotland. First time I attempted it, I couldn't reach the end. So I used that as a tool to complete it next time, and I have to do that now. This same backyard ultra is getting set up again for May. I have to sign up for the May one, and at the very, very least do 24 loops. But because I was only just a little bit short, then is that enough? I don't think so. I think maybe 30 loops is the minimum I have to do next time. Never know what it takes. That experience is so key. So I'll use that never give up attitude in a positive way. I might have fallen over this time, but I'll use that as fuel to do a minimum 24 hours. But you know what, up there, I need to try and do 30. So that's it. Mine's a bit all over the place just now. Did alright, but a bit meh really in the end. So I'll just look out for the entries opening for the next one and start focusing on training. And by the way, I never ever thought this, but you need to be a whole lot fitter to do the same speed over and over and over and over and over again than a point-to-point run that might take 100 or 100 miles or however long. I genuinely think you need more solid core muscular strength. So I need to build on that also. I didn't think that I was in bad shape for this. And I'm arguably the lightest I've been, certainly over the course of this year. I've been the lightest, but see, looking back at the photos and the videos of the race, thinking, you know what, you've got a lot of work to do, pal. So do not take your body and your fitness for granted. If you want to achieve these things, you need to put in the effort. So that's a wake-up call also. So refocus, get on it, and roll on next May.